So today, we are making what is considered to be one of the most traditional potato dishes that hail from Spain. We're talking patatas en paseo. Now this dish has a funny name to it, patatas en paseo, which means potatoes on walk. Why the funny name? Because when you're cooking the potatoes, they're moving around the pan like they're going for a stroll. Anyways, this dish right here is what we call in Spain un plato de toda la vida hecho por las abuelas, which means a dish we've always enjoyed made by our grandmothers. And let me tell you, it is so easy to put together. It's made with very simple, basic ingredients, and the flavors are mind-blowing delicious. If this is your first time here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified when I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on 4 kitchen. To all my returning subscribers, welcome back. We're going to begin by grabbing a large semi-deep fry pan, heating it with a medium heat, and adding in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is about 60 milliliters. While the olive oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 slices from a baguette that are 1 inch thick, which is about 2.5 centimeters, and remove the skins from 3 cloves of garlic. After heating the olive oil for 3 minutes on a medium-high heat, it should be nice and hot, but as you can see, it's not smoking, so it hasn't lost any of its beautiful flavor. I'm going to add in the slices of baguette and the cloves of garlic. And we're going to cook the garlic for about 3 minutes or until it's lightly fried, and the slices of baguette for about 3 minutes per side or until they're golden fried. In the meanwhile, let's get the rest of our ingredients ready. I'm going to cut 3 medium-sized potatoes that have been peeled and washed, each one in half lengthwise, and then into 1/4 inch thick slices, which is a little over 1/2 centimeter. Now the potatoes I'm using to make this dish are new potatoes. You want to use potatoes that are more waxy than starchy. That way when you cook them, they don't get mushy and they keep their shape. I'm also going to thinly slice 1 small onion. Grab 1 green bell pepper and cut it into thin strips that are about 2 inches long, which is about 5 centimeters. And we'll finely grate 1 tomato. Okay, let's move back to the fry pan. After about 3 minutes, I'm going to remove the cloves of garlic from the pan and transfer them into a mortar. And after cooking the pieces of baguette for about 3 minutes per side and they're golden fried, I'm going to remove them from the pan and add them into the mortar with the garlic. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the sliced onion and the strips of green bell pepper. And start mixing these ingredients around with the olive oil. That way they're all coated in the olive oil. And you don't have to mix this continuously. Just get in there every 1 to 2 minutes. That way everything evenly sautés. While our onions and bell peppers are cooking, let's move back to the mortar with the bread and the garlic. I'm going to add in some fresh parsley into the mortar and a little pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, I'm going to pound down on the ingredients until we form a paste-like texture. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can also use a food processor to do this. Now let's move back to our frying pan. We've been cooking the onion and bell pepper between 5 to 6 minutes, and as you can see, that onion is lightly fried and the bell pepper is lightly sauteed. For the next step, I'm going to add in the grated tomato, and we're going to give this a quick mix and simmer it between 1 to 2 minutes or until that grated tomato has really thickened up. Once the grated tomato has thickened up, I'm going to add in our slices of potato, 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.30 grams, and season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we're going to give this a quick mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together. Once everything's well mixed, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of white wine, which is about 120 milliliters. And we're going to turn up the heat from a medium heat to a medium-high heat. And we're going to simmer this between 2 to 3 minutes. This is enough time for the alcohol to cook off in the white wine and for that white wine to really thicken up and incorporate into the vegetables. After about 3 minutes and that white wine has really thickened up, I'm going to add in some cold water into the pan. You want to add in enough water to just slightly cover the ingredients, which is 2.5 cups in my case, or 600 milliliters. I'm also going to add in 1 bay leaf and lightly season the water with a little sea salt. And we're going to continue to cook this on a medium-high heat until that water comes to a full boil. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to add in our bread and garlic mixture that we have reserved. And we'll give this one final mix. That way that mixture is evenly distributed throughout the pan. Then we'll place a lid over the pan and lower the fire from a medium-high heat to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this between 23 to 25 minutes. This is enough time for all these flavors to come together, for that water to really thicken up. That way we end up with a sauce and for the potatoes to be perfectly cooked. After about 25 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid from the pan. And check it out. Look how beautiful this turned out. And as you can see, there's still some liquid left in the pan, but it's really thickened up, which is going to give us a beautiful sauce. And you know, you can always tell your potatoes are fully cooked. You just pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in, they are ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat, transfer our potatoes into a serving dish, and you want to make sure to grab any of the remaining sauce in the pan and pour it over the potatoes. And we'll sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Our patatas and paseo are done. You saw this, so easy to put together, made with the most basic ingredients, and the presentation is absolutely beautiful. Let's give it a try and see how it tastes. You know, with all the potato dishes we've made here on Spain on a Fork, this one promises to be one of the best ones yet. Here we go. Absolutely delicious. But first things first is to cook on the potatoes. They're perfectly cooked through. They kept their shape, but they melt in your mouth. But the beauty of this dish is that thickener that we added it on there. It gives a new dimension of flavors, and it gives you a little thick sauce in the bottom. You saw this, so easy to make, simple ingredients like I always tell you. This is what Spanish cuisine is all about. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my newest patrons, Yvette Rivera and Nancy T. Again guys, thank you so much for becoming patrons of Spain on a Fork. It's thanks to you and the rest of my patrons why Spain on a Fork continues to move forward. If you're not a patron, consider becoming one. It really helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.